Hello, everyone. This is Doug Davis, broker in charge at Karan-B Realty, and here with another session of Ask Doug. And today I want to talk about the pros and cons of renting, leasing a space either on a month-to-month versus long-term. So month-to-month versus 1 year, for example. Does it make a difference? Well, yes, it could be. Month to month, you certainly have more flexibility. It could be an extension of a longer lease to allow time before you start a renovation project, perhaps. But it also, on the negative side, could lead to an unexpected vacancy. If the tenant just gives you 28-day notice. If you're a month-to-month, the tenant can give you 28-day notice. And if you're going to re-rent it or want to re-rent it right away and avoid a vacancy, you really need to have 2-month notice so that you can start the advertising to get that in place. We found over the years that if you have 2 months and have it advertised that far in advance, then you're likely to get the next cycle of people that move, because most people will move at the end of the month. So you need to get into that cycle. So if you get 28-day notice, it's already halfway gone, you're going to miss a cycle and you're most likely going to get a vacancy. So that's not good. That's with the month-to-month. 1 year or longer, you don't have that issue, and it's more consistent. You're probably going to have a more stable tenant. You're more likely to get paid each month, and usually more on a timely basis than perhaps someone that's on a month-to-month. Kind of comes with the territory. One of the things with month-to-month is that ended up not being a good thing during the COVID lockdowns and COVID rules, and when we were being directed by the government as to what we could or couldn't do. So if people had a month-to-month, you couldn't get them out. If you had a fixed lease, you could. When the tenant lease ends, they had to move out. That was a contract, and it said that your lease ends, and that's when you need to move out. If you had a 1-year lease and it converted into a month-to-month, you couldn't get them out. So if you wanted the tenant to remain, say they were a good tenant and doing what they needed to do, if they wanted another 30 days, do a 30-day lease, not a month-to-month. So that bypassed the COVID rules. And COVID's not gone, so it's certainly possible that those kind of rules could come again. So we are maintaining leases only in our portfolio and avoiding the month-to-month situations so that we don't get caught with that if that comes up again. And it still could, where COVID's not going away yet. So, and then this is not to be confused with short-term rentals, which come this October 23rd, we will no longer be able to do 30-day rentals or 60. It's going to be 90-day minimum, unless of course you have a hotel zoned property or all the other exceptions to that rule, but that's not that many exceptions. So you can do extensions to your lease for 30, 60 days. That's allowed, but you may not have a new tenant. You can't do a 60-day lease with the tenant. That won't work. A new tenant coming in for 60 days, can't do that. That's not to be confused with my topic here of month-to-month versus 1 year. So there you have it. That's kind of some of the thoughts on what you should do. Certainly, if you're going to be doing some sort of renovation, you may want to convert to month so that as you're waiting for your building permit, then you can give them notice. Tenant notice in a month would be 45 days, different from what they do, which is 28, and then move forward with that. So there you have it. And until next week, and if you have any property management needs, buying or selling, let us know, and happy to help you with that. Okay, until next week, look forward to your questions, and until then, thanks.